All right. Hello, everyone. All right. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? Let's find out. Hello. Hello. All right. So it looks like everything is working now. Sick. I am going to go and ping everything and then I will get started. I was going to put music on, but I wasn't able to figure out before the stream. So we'll see how this goes. If you guys have any questions, make sure you ask in the comments. And yeah. All right. Let's go. This is going to be an interesting stream, so you will have to let me know how it goes. All right, so today I'm going to be building Lego set 715. I'm going to be building Lego set 7150, the TIE Fighter versus Y-Wing. This came with 407 pieces and was a pretty cool set. So I will pop this open. As you can see, it is brand new sealed. You know, I do really always love the little extra builds it has on the sides. I just think they're so fun, creative, though there are a few kind of just weird ones that Lego has made. But honestly, I kind of miss them. I hope Lego someday returns to making them. Anyways, all right. Let's pop this open. Here, I'm gonna grab a pair of scissors. All right, the next stream will hopefully have music whenever I do it. So one other cool thing about this set is that you can actually see the price tag on the top. This was sold at BK Toy or KB Toys. You can see it there. It was originally $30. Like that is just crazy. I got this thing for like $150, so gotten slightly more expensive. All right, and just like that, I have broken the seal. Now, another interesting thing about the set is that it actually has a larger cardboard cases inside the actual box. So, as you can see here, there's the box itself, and then there's the actual cardboard case inside it. Now, this is actually really nice for like when you want, if I want to display the box, because it has all the parts and this will actually keep the box from deforming over time. Oh yeah, if you guys have any questions, by the way, feel free to ask them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them. So, another interesting thing about these older sets is that there were no instruction manuals. So, it is not easy to actually build these. And honestly feels more like building just an actual mock than it does a properly sized Lego set. So, ooh, the Y-wing or the TIE bomber? I mean, I think I have to go the Y-wing just because the look of it is more iconic, but I like both a lot. All right, so also let me know if my audio is weird or anything's wrong with the stream. This is my first time doing it, so we'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, the Y-wing's just the better choice. So one other kind of cool thing about 1999 sets is that it actually comes with little advertisements. So as opposed to just having the instruction manuals, it also comes with things like this, which, as you can see, are like little pamphlets for the different Lego sets at the time. I just love seeing like the original 2000 and the original Boba Fett's. I was gonna say Starship, no, Slave One. But what's interesting is you can see like technically this set did come out in 1999, but it does come out, but it does have some the little things for the year 2000. So it's interesting. You can see some other themes like Rock Raiders and the original Ninja system theme, and of course like some city sets as well. And on top of that, I can join the Lego club. I've always wanted to do that. All right, I'll get started with the build now. So this probably will take me a bit, but I do find it very fascinating how these older sets were made. And honestly, this is probably one of the better looking sets because as opposed to like the 2000 TIE Fighter, this one doesn't have as much, I guess, has more detail on it. One other interesting fact about it is that like all the earlier TIE Fighters, they all had the dark blue or just like regular blue colors to them. So, all right, the first bags are open. I always find it interesting how like they also had these bags, which instead of having number bags, they had these little bags with holes in them. I assume it's just to keep like constant airflow through the bags, or maybe for a choking hazard, but it is interesting. All right. What's nice is you kind of can tell the difference between like the Y-wing bags versus the TIE Fighter bags. So it does make it slightly easier in that way. Yeah, so I'll get these open. Definitely for my next stream though, I will have some music on for you guys, so it's not just me talking. Yeah. So another interesting thing is they actually didn't have like the little bags for the capes. It just kind of came in a bag with these larger parts. So it was a little more difficult to have these in nice condition, though this one is actually in very good condition. Let me see if I can spread these parts out and build Darth Vader himself. Now the question is, will I have to open another bag to find his lightsaber? All right, and just like that, here is the 1999 Darth Vader. He actually came in a few other sets in the wave, but this is my favorite. Funnily enough, I'm pretty sure actually Darth Maul came in more sets in 1999 than Darth Vader did. So Ooh, and here we go. So one of my absolute favorite parts about 1999 sets are the chrome lightsaber blades. Now, these were discontinued back in, I want to say, around 2006, 2005. This was mainly because over time the chrome would chip off the lightsaber blade and it would look really bad. I have a few of them those in my collection. But like getting them nice and pristine like this is absolutely amazing. So I'll put those off to the side. All right. Now we can start off with the TIE Fighter. I'll get these out of the way because these are for the Y Wing. Are they numbered bags? Yeah, so one interesting thing is up until around, I want to say 2002 or 2003, Lego didn't do numbered bags. So a lot of the bags would just not have numbers, and you'd kind of have to guess which bags need to be opened first and second. But the easiest way, at least for me to do it, is just to open everything and figure out what goes where. That being said, I might actually have to open all the bags. I don't know if these were enough. Actually, this should be good. All right. So, one other interesting fact about these sets is that back in 1999, instead of using the regular dark bluish gray and light bluish gray that we know today, they only used the dark gray and light gray colors that we're seeing like like up until the early 2000s. Let's see. Yeah, they could not make this easy. All right, I guess I will have to open the other, or may not. I don't know. With these sets, it's hard to tell. I haven't opened many of them, as you might be able to see. This set also is a few years older than me, so a little more than a few, but yeah. Are there any what are your guys' thoughts on the newer sets this year? Especially, one thing I was really surprised about is how popular the UCS Death Star is compared to like how much people actually like hated it at the beginning. I think that's really funny. I personally haven't purchased it yet just because I have the one from, I think it's 2000, I want to say around 2011 or so. It was the original Playscale Death Star, but I was able to get that and use it for all of my Death Star needs. But it's actually a pretty cool build. And one thing, I was really surprised that they just kind of up and fully redesigned it and remade it to what it is now. And I think one thing, let's see, these sets are good. Yeah, they are overpriced. That's kind of just a continued problem with Lego, especially I feel like with battle packs, especially because like considering how back in 2023 we were getting $30 like double battle packs essentially, where we'd get like 4 or 5 droids and like 4 clones. And then nowadays they're just like, yeah, you can have I don't know, here's 3 super battle droids and we'll call it even. Like, I feel like they could do a lot better than that. Like I one of the things I understand that of course inflation will always be a problem, but I feel like at some point, when does it stop being just inflation and more just being Lego being a corporation and trying to make money? But I think they could do better. Now let's see if I can find. All right, so this is another kind of interesting part about 1999 sets is as opposed to like nowadays where they'll have like a flat tile or something like that. Uh or I guess they did do here. Huh, that's interesting. I just forgot the step. Uh I guess another interesting thing is that back in 1999 they didn't have any stickered pieces. So to my knowledge, every single piece they used were all you made from printed parts. And that was actually really nice because then kids wouldn't have to mess up the stickers. And it also just looks nice with the rest of the sets. But they also like on the same in the same vein of that, they also didn't really need stickers because they didn't use very many prints to begin with. But it's still interesting. And like many of the sets in 1999 had completely exclusive prints to that set that were never released in a different set. So it's interesting to see how they have changed. All right. Now here's the question is will I be able to find the exact piece I'm looking for? Oh. Yeah, that's one thing I kind of dislike about Lego instructions in 1999 is they're pretty unclear, at least at first, what you're looking for. I mean, I wasn't born in the era, so I might just be bad at searching for the parts, but yeah. I say the new parts, like the old sets with the blue pieces, are like really interesting because, like in the movies, you can see that they're actually like relatively sand blue, but when you actually look at the Lego sets, like very rarely, like they always are portrayed in either this like really like crazy blue color or with just like dark bluish gray or light bluish gray. Uh, but I would like to see at some point Lego release a TIE fighter in the light blue or a sand blue color because I think it'd be a really interesting build and it would technically be more accurate. That being said, I absolutely love the solo TIE fighter that released a while ago. I think that set's by far the best TIE fighter. But I also think Lego should be releasing like the more inexpensive TIE fighters as well. Like the what was year was it? It was like 2024. But that one looks really good, or at least really good in its scale. Even though it is lacking some details, but it does its job, and I'm glad they were able to keep it like relatively low price range size. All right, and with these next few pieces, I should almost be done with the cockpit of the set. All right, so here's what I was talking about. So this was one of the printed pieces that they released back in 1999, and I think a few other sets may have used it, but not many others. And the fact that they made it originally just for this set works really well. Let's see. Scylla is Scylla is an underrated movie. There's a few parts that I don't really dislike, but overall I think it was very well done. I think the one main thing is probably just the actor. Like I know for like it would have been impossible to get, or at least at the time it would have been very hard to make a good looking Han Solo when he was like 70 and he was supposed to be like 25, but I might have just been that bias. I don't know, what are your guys' favorite Star Wars movies? Or do you guys have a favorite? Because personally, mine has to be a tie between episode 3 and episode 5. Like both sets, or both sets, both movies do a great job of what they're supposed to do. I Empire Strikes Back, yeah, that's valid. Empire Strikes Back is such a just great movie. Like one of the most, in my opinion, like favorite types of like movies is like movies where the bad guys do win, because I do think like in like modern day, I feel like it's more interesting to see like other people win besides just the main character at the very end. That's why I loved Infinity War so much. But then like you got to have like the end game after that, like, or like in this case, Return of the Jedi. I do love the fun fact that in that Return of the Jedi was originally called Revenge of the Jedi before they changed it. I think that's just a really interesting little fact. And I am glad they changed it, because Revenge of the Jedi does not fit with like the whole Jedi. Yeah. No, Return of the Jedi is a great movie. Here is the finished cockpit for the TIE Advanced. It's kind of interesting that they label it as just the TIE Fighter on the actual set, but then it's actually the TIE Advanced. So it's interesting. Let's see. Here, give me 1 second. All right, just need to make sure this thing is actually getting powered, because I do not want to have to run out of batteries during the live stream. What's your favorite Lego set? That's a good question. Honestly, I'd have to say, ooh, I don't know. Like, I love sets like Palpatine's Escape, or like the Palpatine versus all the Jedi set. Just because like it's such a classic, and also I love when they like most of Star Wars is just like starships. So getting to see something like a location, and especially a really cool location like that, like just makes the set infinitely better. Now, what is your guys' favorite Lego set? Because there are a lot of them out there, and I'd say it is very hard to pick. You know, that's one thing I might have to do, is do like a ranking of every Lego Star Wars set I own. That would be a long video, though. All right. Yeah, so one thing about these Star Wars sets, like the original ones, is that they were not very like technically advanced. They're extremely simple sets, but like I love how they did such a good job of just making them like you could clearly tell what they were supposed to look like. And they were able to do it with so few pieces and like such a limited uh number of pieces back then. So props to Lego. My favorite is Django UCS. Yeah, that is a good one. I think I don't really hate any of the UCS sets, like unless my mind is just wrong on this one. I like all the UCS sets are good in their own ways, I feel like. What do you guys think on that? Oh, this is one off. All right. Like the Lego UCS Jango Fett's set is like it's such an upgrade from the original, and I absolutely love it for that. Like when you if you just look at it from afar, the original UCS uh that original UCS Boba Fett's Slave 1, that it's a very well done set. But like then when you compare it to the new Jango Fett's Slave 1, it just blows it out of the water. It's so much better in so many different ways. What's your favorite set from 1999, 2000 sets? Actually, uh, I mean, I don't own the UCS AT-AT. I mean, I think it has some cool parts to it. And I love I think the overall design looks really good. I think the only main thing that I dislike about it is that the like the legs aren't very poseable, but I can understand why just because of stability reasons. That being said, I wonder what about the UCS AT-AT you don't like? All right. Science. Oh, so it's more of just actual how it's built. I can understand that. Yeah. No, the that's a it has a lot of interesting designs in it. But yeah, so I guess since I never really built it in person, I don't really know the exact structural stability of it, so or I guess the build process as well. I think another thing about that UCS set though is that the UCS AT-AT has those points that just can't be undone. I feel like I remember that being a pretty big thing was the set could not be taken apart or at least not easily because of how they built it. The Legos are actually the best part. Yeah, no. I mean, worst comes to worst, you can take it apart and it has some great pieces in it. Like that's one thing with the 1999 sets is worst comes to worst, if I don't like the set, these dark gray pieces work so well when it comes to detailing with a lot of the larger pieces. So it's really nice to be able to get different variations. I'd say that's one of my pet peeves with Lego. It's there's so many beautiful shades of blue and all the colors. And then when you get to Star Wars, most of it is just dark bluish gray and light bluish gray. And I feel like the sets could be so much better if they just added different shades of gray to make the sets look more detailed. I don't know. What do you guys think on that? Yeah, that's fair. No, that with most UCS sets, kind of the just at least in my opinion, the rule is you build it and then you don't touch it. But they exist to look nice on a shelf and look nice on a mock if you're into that kind of stuff. But I think they do a good job of what they're supposed to. I have the UCS. I have a few UCS sets. I have the UCS Tantive 4, which that set is absolutely beautiful, but also it's absolutely massive, so it takes up so much space in my Lego collection. I guess that's another thing with UCS sets is I really I don't collect them because if I did, I could only maybe have 6 or 7 before I, pun intended, before I could actually just run out of room entirely. Bro, I probably just I probably just fell off because I said the word 6 7. Completely unintended. All right. And just like this, now we have the completed Kai Advanced. I do say with these sets, I do just love the blue on them. It's like it has like even though I wasn't born in the time and I never got these sets as a child, like they look very nostalgic to me and they it screams old. Like I think like this only it especially it only has like one play feature, which is the door opens and you can put Darth Vader inside. But it does its job and it does it well, I feel like. I'll put this right over here. And now we can move on to the Y-Wing. Yeah, no, the Razor Crest gunship and Java Sailbarge are all great sets. Honestly, feel like the gunship I feel like got a little too much hate. Like I understand where people were coming from for like wanting those minifigures. And I'm glad Lego did like resolve that by giving us those figures, but like the gunship on its own is just a great set. It looks amazing and it has all the details that you would want in like a episode 2 gunship. And it's also just nice to get more episode 2 UCS sets. I'm still waiting on getting another UCS Naboo Starfighter. So this is one other thing, which is with like a lot of older sets, is they actually didn't put like the printed pieces in other bags, so they could get really scratched up. Luckily, it doesn't look like mine got scratched up much, if at all. So I got lucky on that part. Yeah, the UCS Slave 1 is a really great set. I also really like the Jabba Sail Barge as well. Jabba Sail Barge, like, I feel like every Lego set, there's always some complaint you can make towards them. But I always like to look on like the bright side on what are the good aspects of the set. Like, for example, like sure there were some problems with the minifigures for the gunship, and what Lego said especially about them, but yeah. Like one thing with the Jabba Sail Barge though, I'll go back to that real quick, is that the Lego Jabba Sail Barge, like I felt like it should have come with the Sarlacc pit and been like $50 more. Like I know that would have been extremely expensive, but like and that would have like made the expensive problem way more of a problem, but I feel like it would have helped the set so much more if it included the Jabba sail barge instead of having just the sail barge itself. Like because they put those two sets separately, the Jabba sail barge just ended up having like it felt like it was missing like figures. But the set itself looks great and I'm happy that they did release one. I don't know if I'll get it or not, but I actually don't know if I don't think it's retired. If it is, then I might be out of luck, but let's see, Job Seller is top 5 all time, but yet. Yeah, I think Jabba Sailbarge for me is like an 8 out of 10 just because like I feel like the set itself is beautiful. I feel like it's just missing like a couple more things that could just make it a perfect Lego set. Like if they made it 50 more dollars, or like maybe in 25 just added a small Sarlacc pet and a small desert skiff, then and added the like last like 5 or so figures, then it would have been like the perfect Lego set. What do you guys think of the new Death Star? That's what I'm interested about. I think there are some great aspects in my opinion, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of hate towards that one. Yeah, you hate it. Well, I think it's really funny though that like everyone was saying they hated it, and now it's on back order on Lego.com because everyone bought it. I didn't buy it myself, but like I just think that's kind of crazy. Like I feel like with the Death Star, like I really understand where they are coming from with the wanting to make it fit on shelves because like I feel like there are two main problems with Lego. Like one of them is money, and that one is gonna take a while to be fixed. But like a whole nother issue is just like the size of Lego sets. Uh or like the space you have for Lego sets. And I feel like they've been using a lot of like weird or like interesting tactics to try and like fix that or remedy that issue. Like yeah, like I think like what I feel like would have been a really good UCS Death Star is instead of doing like just the slice of Death Star, what I feel like they should have done is instead built like a half circle. I think that like a half circle I feel like would have gone a lot better. And then like have a much smaller interior with just less pieces or like less details. Like I could have done away with like four of those figures and I'll also like three of those rooms and been completely happy with the set. But the fact that they decided to just go and add a bunch of like stuff that wasn't really necessary to the set, and then also make it $1,000 is kind of crazy. That's what everyone. It was like, yeah, like the Lego set itself, I think it like it's fine for what it is, but like it's not something that I'm just going to go out and buy. And that's something with kind of like that's honestly something with every Lego Star Wars set this summer wave is I'm just not going to buy it until like it's on a deep discount because I feel like if you're buying a Lego set on the day one, the only reason you should be buying it is if it either comes with a really good promo, it's gonna sell out really quickly and won't come back, like the what was it, the Nebula B frigate? Yeah. Or the or yeah, I don't know. But like for example, at Target I was able to find a bunch of the Star Wars specialist 501st Trooper battle packs for $11 each, which is insane considering the last time they were at that price was around like 2012 or 2013. Let's see. Most complaints with people were that they were going to spend one. Yeah. The $1,000 price tag, like just the sound of it is crazy. Like I feel like the problem is like people have so many like wide ranging expectations for Lego sets. Like you're not gonna please every fan, but I feel like what they should do is kind of just like, all right, what do the fans want, or like what do the majority of the fans want, and like at the end of the day, you'll probably make a few fans unhappy either no matter what you do. But I think it's what the majority of the fan base wants that really matters. Now, I think one thing with the let's see, oh, will you be in the gingerbread? Oh, of course. I'd say that that's a I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. Yeah. The gingerbread ATT being $60 kind of or is it 60 or $70? I forget which one. But like that's a I love it so much. I love the idea. I love the execution. I just hate the price. But like I do really kind of want it just for the sake of having it. Like I feel like there's so many fun ideas for videos I can make with that set. But yeah, like going back to prices though, I think especially there are just a few prices that are just insane recently. Like for example, the brand new was it the new clone battle pack. I keep forgetting the name of the battalion, but like I feel like that set is just way overpriced compared to what the like Clone Trooper and Droid Battle Pack was with $30, and then that set coming out and being like 45 just 2 years later is crazy. Yeah, that's fair. No, the gender. I honestly, I really like. One question I've been seeing a lot of people ask is like, which is better, the like nougat color or like the light brown or whatever they were using beforehand. And honestly, like I really like the execution of that set, and I love the gingerbread Darth Vader. Now, I think one thing they do need to do is at some point is release the like at least a new version of the Santa X-wing. I think that set would go so well with the gingerbread AT-AT, and I feel like they're really missing out on getting a lot of money if they release both of those sets simultaneously, or like even like a gingerbread, uh, what's it, snow speeder. I feel like those two sets could work really well and look really good with each other. Yeah, I really like how they're doing like the more like Christmas and themed sets. I think it'd be interesting if they expanded it to have like other holidays as well. Though I know that is kind of like a slippery slope because like once you add Halloween to the mix, then are like, all right, are you gonna add all the other like Halloween esque uh holidays? But honestly, I really like how they're doing these holiday sets. What would you guys say is like the best set that's come out this year? I feel like there are a good few contenders for it, but also like there's also a few like I feel like would go for the worst set of the year. So you guys will have to let me know. I personally, I don't know. I'd have to think about like what the best set. I can think of a few that'd be the worst set. Like the let's see. Most of them are just price. Like I really like how they are doing all the new battle packs, or not all the new battle packs, but I like how they're doing like the new wow, I'm really bad. I'm really forgetting names here. Uh the brand new Lego Star Wars ATRTs. That's it. I really like how they're doing those now, having them smaller, more minifigure scale, because I know that's something that people have been asking for a while. Like, but just the $40 price tag is insane. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta make sure my computer doesn't die during stream. All right, there we go, and now I'm back. Sorry about that, everyone. Let's see. Wow, surprisingly, I haven't lost all my viewers yet. That's kind of crazy. Honestly, having 5 people for my first stream ever is kinda cool. I'm really happy that I was able to get this many people on. Let's see. Yeah, no, this is a cool set. For 1999, they did a really good job making the sets, like, making the shaping look good, because I know that's a consistent thing with LEGO Star Wars sets, at least back in, 1999, is they were not always the most consistent. Now if I can just find the piece I'm looking for. Let's see. I really like UCS Django in the Mario Kart sets. 50 battle packs. Trying to make space. Dang. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, a lot of things with battle packs is like Lego should know that people only really want them for the minifigures. So I don't know why they spend so much time like making all these different builds for the battle packs. I feel like it could have been just a lot better if they just released like a battle pack with just a small build and then like 8 minifigures. I feel like I would much rather pay like $25 for that than pay 45 for like 2 medium-sized builds and uh like 5 minifigures. Yeah, no space is always like the issue for, at least for me, like right now, all my issues are just boiled down to having space for my Legos. Like that comes in a lot of forms. I have so many just sets that I need that I or need slash want to open, but just can't because there's literally no room in my collection area at, like anywhere. What are your guys' kind of thoughts on Lego collection areas? Because like one thing that I really like is I really like having my collection like organized, and I really like making sure that everything's uh like all has like breathing room and doesn't look cluttered. Yeah, thank you. No, this is my first ever time live streaming, so you'll have to let me know how I'm doing. I'll make sure whatever advice you have, I'll make sure to incorporate it to the next one. I'm just kind of, yeah, space, like especially with use, like going back to like UCS sets, like that's always like the biggest thing that takes up space, which is why I feel like I can only really have like at most 4 UCS sets in my collection at any given time, because if I have any more than that, then I'm gonna like run out of room within like a day. Yeah, yeah. Like I feel like stuff like I have the UCS Django's Slave one next to the UCS Boba Slave one, and I think those two work really well together. But like I'm not gonna put like the UCS TIE Fighter next to like the UCS Jabba sail barge. Like they just don't really look good sitting like right next to each other. But I think Lego has done a good job of at least like with this new Death Star. That's the one thing I feel like Lego's done a relatively good job with is making it like at least being aware of that issue and trying to remedy it. Uh, if it was a good idea or not. So let's see. I like having them spaced out. Yeah, oh, I think I already read that message. Let's see. I say this is a cool Lego set. This is the last, if you didn't know. So I've been with through YouTube Shorts, I've been reviewing every Lego Star Wars set from 1999. Uh, and my goal is to try and review every Lego set in my collection at least. And like over the past few years, I've been actually working to get every one of these sets, and I have a few still sealed because like I just didn't I couldn't bear with the price, how much money I'd be losing if I opened them. So I just bought like a used copy for like $10 instead of like losing like 200. But that's the like I really enjoy doing this, and these 1999 sets are they're pretty cool. I said like there's I think if you could wanted to like you could probably get all the used like all these used for like under I'd say like 300, no, probably $400. Like it'd probably be cheaper to buy a used version of every single 1999 set than it would be to buy a used version of every single 2000. I'd say 2025, but like I feel like that just makes sense with inflation, all that. Let's see. I've got sets piled up on today. Yeah, no, that's fair. I just have a storage with like a bunch of either sealed sets or new sets that I want to eventually have space for, but just don't right now. I might try and like sell a few of them off. At least for now. I think they work pretty well. And like essentially what I do is I just go on Amazon and I'll buy what like I'll buy like 20 or so like white boxes, and then I'll just label what each spot set is and then just take it apart at least like partially and pot them all in boxes. And it's really helpful to do that so I can continue to buy like the Lego sets I want to at like good prices while also being able to like store the ones that I still want to keep but don't just have room for. So it looks like the TIE bomber actually, or not TIE bomber. No, the Y-wing actually has some cool features. So it comes with this little crate, and this actually I love when they do this, but it's just kind of held in there. Here, I'll see if there's actually a way to hold it in there. Oh, that's interesting. So essentially, you can just twist these, and the little crate won't come out. And you can twist them that way. But, like this is another example of like prints in Lego sets in 1999. Like I don't think this print came in any other Lego sets besides this one. So it's really cool to see that Lego like oh sorry I just that Lego had all these really exclusive prints and didn't do any stickers back in 1999. I think they did a good job with that in that respect. It is also nice to see that they have landing gear when a lot of the like mid 2000 sets actually just didn't, or at least had like one stud. All right, time to connect the cockpit. Look at that. Let's see. I've got a room that is nothing but sets. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, like you gotta have like at least one room or just like one little space that's just for like sealed or U sets that you just don't have room for, or else all of your shelves are gonna get like really cluttered up really quickly, which can quickly become an issue. All right, with that, we're on to the engines. So I have a few different versions of the like TIE Bomber. What are your guys' favorite what are they called? Rebel fighters. Like personally, I really like the B-Wing. I feel like it's underrated. What is your first Lego set? My first Lego set was actually not Star Wars. It was the Lego Ninjago's Kai's bike. Yeah, that's fair. The X-Wing is just such a classic set. No, but One of the things I've been doing is like going back and collecting a lot of the older Lego Ninjago sets because that's one of the other Lego themes that I like really cherished as a kid. And though I don't really care for like all the modern sets, though they have been getting really good, like I just really like a lot of the older ones. Yeah, X-Wing is always a great choice. Now, what is your favorite X-Wing? Because there's a lot of them. I think at least for me, I really like the older UCS X-Wing. I don't have it, but I think it has a lot of really interesting and cool details. I also just love the fact that they built like a massive one-to-one version of it out of Lego. Let's see, got 30 Harry Potter sets. Yeah, not to mention Shelly. Yeah. Oh, that is a good. Yeah, the Pose X-wing from what Force Awakens. I'm pretty sure that's a great set. I have that one actually mounted to my wall. Uh, but it's a really fun set. Yeah, no, I love Lego Star Wars, and I always will love it, no matter how much they try to price gouge me. But I think Lego Ninjago is the other theme that will always have a special place in my heart, just because like all the original sets are so cool. The only set I'm still like really looking for is the original Jay's Dragon. That set has a lot of parts and a lot of rare parts at that. I'm pretty sure it was a Target exclusive, or it's Target or Walmart. But like essentially, it's just so rare that like when it is on eBay, it costs like $500 or something like that. I like to get it sealed, and then like if I want to get it used, then it'll cost upwards of $100 or like $300. So I don't know. Here's the question: where did the last piece go? Well, it's a good thing I have a large park collection. Now I can just go grab it. Aha. And now I have the last piece I need. Let's go. We're up to 6 viewers, guys. This is such a great live stream. Just wait, in 2 months' time, we'll be getting up to the, I don't know, Ludwig amounts of viewers. I just thought of the first streamer I thought I could think of. All right. Yeah, no, I think the Pose Dameron, like orange and black X-Wing, has a lot of cool pieces on it. Let's see. All right, and now I should just attach it. That's one thing with Lego sets. Is every once in a while, like I've gotten really good at building Lego sets, but like every once in a while, I'll just forget a piece. But just like that, now we have the completed sets. So we got. I actually don't know if this guy is named, but got a Rebel Trooper. Got the original 1999 Darth Vader with his Crone lightsaber blade in good condition. And we got the TIE Advanced and the 1999 Y-Wing. Now, what's kind of interesting about this set is it was actually released again, I think in around it was either 2000 or 2002, but they re-released the set, and like I think they didn't. I think they changed like one thing. Now, one kind of interesting thing is at the back of Lego instruction manuals for larger sets, what they'll do is they'll have these. If let's see if he'll focus. There we go. Yeah, it is not easy to build them live on stream, but they have these little like comics, which I think are really fun. And I'll just flip through that so you can. I know how much you guys want to see these comics. Oh, that's cool. So then On the other side, you can see here are some alternate builds. This one's actually kind of cool. I might make a short or a video on like Lego Star Wars alternate builds because I think like this lightsaber is actually kind of cool for 1999. Dude, imagine if this was like what they released as a promo. That would be kind of crazy. But yeah, and then more alternate build on the back. Yeah, so that is the Lego Star Wars 1999 TIE Fighter and X-Wing. I think this is a really cool set. I think it has a lot of different cool details. Like on the Y-Wing, it has the compartment on the back, as well as the little crate that you just move these two pieces and it can be taken out. And then you can kind of just store whatever you need in it. All right. There we go. And I have been officially streaming for 1 hour and 1 minute. That's kind of impressive. Took me exactly 1 hour to build this set. Yeah, so I'll probably release the actual video, like YouTube short on this on this Saturday. So be sure to watch out for that. But this is a very cool set, and I think for the time, I think it was really well made. I especially compared to some of the other sets that released in 1999, like the Pod Racer, the Anakin's Pod Racer set was like I really just disliked the sand beam. Here, I'll go grab it, but yeah, so like this sand beam right here just really does not look good, but it does make it look nostalgic. So there you go. Thank you. All right, yeah, I think this is where I'll probably end the stream. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you guys for staying with me for this long. Uh, I'll probably after this, I'll probably see how it does, and I'll probably do another stream sometime in the future. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.